my creatives, and welcome to another video. So today I'm here to share a junk journal with me, and this is the first one in my new junk journal, and I'm very excited to work in this journal, especially because it lays flat. I can't remember the last time that my other journal laid flat, so it was really nice to work in a flat journal. And I'm just starting off here with my intro page. So if you followed my junk journal with me, you have seen that I am documenting a photo a week in my junk journal for 2020, and my last journal got filled up. That's part 2019 and part 2020. So I thought it would be nice to have an introduction page in this journal to tell that it is part 2 of 2020. And I really enjoy doing this, working like this, and I really enjoy doing one photo a week, or sometimes I have a couple more photos a week, but the goal is one photo a week. And I kept it at the same collection as the other journal to keep it cohesive, so that you know that they belong together. But I just really wanted to have a nice starting page on this lovely pattern paper. As you see, I added the date there when I started on the 20th of July 2020. Well, that's not actually when I made this spread, but my journal will start in that week on that date, and I am behind with everything, so that is why I decided to write down that date, because I am documenting those weeks. So it's a pretty simple collage, and I'm using the Maggie Holmes Flourish collection. This is a printable or digital kit from AC Digitals. So everything is hand cut by myself. If you want to know how to prepare and print your digital kits, I have a tutorial for you linked down below. I show you how I work, but I also share how you can do the same thing in Word, and hopefully I hope that the tutorial will help a little bit with printing and preparing your digital kits. So that is linked down below. So now I'm taking some alphas from the Journal Studio sticker book, I believe. And I am just spelling out 2020 part 2. And that is my intro page. So now on to week 30. Yes, because I'm that much behind. Week 30 was in summer, and week 30 was LAN week. So we do that every year. My husband invites friends to come over for a week, and they game all night, and my whole living room is changed up, and all their old gaming PCs and everything. So that was in week 30, and it was not as warm as last year. Last year we were in a heat wave while doing this, but it was pretty warm. So I started out with some pattern paper and this washi from the day-to-day collection. I did want to make it a bit more masculine, because, you know, it's like a guy's week, although I also play with them the whole week, so it's more of a thing we all do together. But it's just fun to be together and for a week and just have some time together, and especially in this weird year. So don't worry, we were able to keep our distance from each other. I mean, we're just sitting stationary on our places, so that's all good. So yeah, like I said, I wanted to keep it a little bit more masculine, and this first photo is a photo of our setup. So how we were sitting there with all our chairs and computers and stuff. I don't have this big fancy computer yet, because I chose to get a laptop for bringing it to school and gaming on. But I will get a new computer soon, I think. So now I have this photo of Oets, his best friend, and I don't know if you can see properly, but Link is laying there under his screens. So I just had to take a photo of that. Link is always wants to always be up in your face, and he wants to be part of everything. So of course he also wants to be a part of LAN week, and he's just laying there chilling, sleeping while we were playing games. So that was a really funny shot, and I really wanted to remember that. So now I am in my embellishment box, and I'm taking some embellishments that I think will fit this theme. So I'm really going for a black and green kind of vibe, not as feminine. Of course I'm going to add some leaves and stuff, but because it's more masculine photos, I wanted to have, you know, a more masculine layout. I thought it was a fun challenge to do, especially with a kit that is so colorful, and so it has so much flowers in there. So yeah, I'm just playing around with my embellishments here, and I am going to adhere them with some double-sided tape. Of course, the tag is not finished without any thread in there, so I made a hole with my crocodile, and now I'm just going to add some twine in there. This has a little bit of gold in there, and I thought it would look nice with the embellishments, and I just trimmed it off. I always add more twine in there than just 2 strings, because I like it to have a little bit more of a tassel, so that is what you saw me do here. I grabbed this Maggie Holmes sticker book to spell out Long Week, because I thought it was fun to have a little title for this page saying what actually these photos mean. And I found these little bit wonky letter stickers, and I really liked them, especially with the aesthetic of this page. And now I'm just adding some journaling about who was there, what we did, and that it was a lot of fun to be together again like this. So now I'm moving on to week 31 and week 32. If I have 2 photos for one page or 2 weeks of one page, I like to do them together. So I'm just thinking a little bit on how I want to do it, because I have this bag from some clothes that I bought, and I have 2 photos for that week. So I was just a little bit wondering how I wanted to incorporate everything, and I'm just playing around a little bit. So I decided to first work on week 31, and I take this beautiful yellow paper because there is this little tompoes, as we call it in the Netherlands, and it has a little bit of yellow in there, so I thought it would look fun. Because in week 31, the partner of my mother-in-law had his birthday, so we went over for a little pie and a little cup of coffee. So I just took a photo of us sitting outside, or sitting outside with a cup of coffee and tompoes, which was very lovely, and the weather was beautiful. So I wanted to document that for his birthday. And now I decided on what I wanted to do with this little flip out that I'm going to make. I'm going to cover the back up with some pattern paper, and I chose some blue pattern paper because the inside tags in there are also blue, and I added some extra things in the tag. So this was a thing that was hanging off a jeans from me or from Oots, I'm not quite sure, but it had such a cute little bag, so I decided to add a couple of more clothing tags and order receipt from one of the places I ordered some clothes, because we really needed some new summer clothes. Since last year I lost 14 kilos of weight, so yeah, my clothes were too big, a lot too big. So I had to buy some new summer clothes, and Oots also lost quite a lot of weight, so he also needed new summer clothes, because really we were just drowning in everything. And so we did a big clothes shopping haul for the 2 of us, and I really wanted to document that moment for us, because we don't buy clothes that often. We are not people who spend a lot on clothes or those kinds of things. I don't know, we'd rather spend money on our hobbies or do something together. We don't really buy a lot of clothes, but when we do, we buy a lot because then it's necessary to buy them. So I decided to work a little bit on the week 31 and finish off that little embellishment cluster. I found this pretty flower that I thought would look perfect behind the photo, and I'm going to snip off the excess that is hanging off my page. And with week 32, I decided to add the week number on top of the little bag. And I'm going to add a little bit of washi tape to these pages because I didn't have really a thing to journal about for week 31, except that it was Bauke his birthday. So I decided that I was going to add that with some letter stickers. And these letter stickers are from the crate paper sticker book. And I have a little while, but I loved the pink and blue in there. So I'm just adding there Bauke jarig. And I'm taking these gold stickers for his name, which means Bauke birthday. So I didn't feel like it was necessary to journal about that. I just wanted to document his birthday. And I'm just looking through this sticker book if I can find something, because week 32 we also had a heat wave. So it was very, very tropical weather. That's also why we bought new summer clothes, because we didn't really have summer clothes, and it was going to be like 32 degrees or degrees Celsius, which is hot for the Netherlands. So I wanted to document the heat wave and us buying new clothes. So I thought it was fun to use a tropical feel to my embellishments. And I also made a selfie of myself with one of my new shirts on. Sometimes I like to add photos of myself. Oets doesn't like to go on photographs, so I usually don't bother him too much with that. Every once in a while I ask him if we can make a photo together for my documenting, and then he is okay, but I don't want to bother him too much with it, because he really doesn't like to get on a photo. So when things like this happen, if I'm feeling okay, I add a photo of myself. I also have this photo of Link. He was just laying there. Oh, he was so hot. Poor little kitty. He was so hot. So he was just laying there all day, sleeping. And I just took a photo of him because this is how we all felt during this heat wave, especially during the afternoon. It's just because in the Netherlands it gets so humid. And I do love the heat. I can really take the heat very well, but I cannot take the humidity very well. So yeah, I just wanted to document that. I also used the same letter stickers for spelling out heat wave. And then I did some journaling and I made a little note, link his photo. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that you got some inspiration for your own junk journal or your own memory keeping. If you want to know the supplies that I use, they are always listed down below in the description box. If you like this video, I would love it if you would leave me a thumbs up. I would also love it if you would consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye!